All right, it is time now for Random Rush. That means I listen to Rush Limbaugh randomly for 60 seconds, and I respond in 90. Let's go.
So let me, instead of that, I can tell you what Cruz said. He said, together we left it all on the field in Indiana, and people were yelling. We gave it everything we've got, but the voters chose another path. And so with a heavy heart, but with boundless optimism for the long-term future of our nation, we are suspending our campaign. And the audience was shocked. They had no idea. There were just a very few insiders who had any idea that Cruz was getting out last night. But he said, hear me now. I'm not suspending our fight for liberty. Here comes the applause again. I'm not suspending our fight to defend the Constitution, to defend the Judeo-Christian values that built America. Our movement will continue. And I give you my word that I will continue this fight with all of my strength and all of my ability. The audience is whooping and hollering. He said, we will continue to fight next week and next month and next year, and together we will continue as long as God grants us the strength to fight on. For one thing remains as true today as it was 40 years ago in Kansas City. In this fight for the long-term future of America, there's no substitute for victory. There's no substitute for the American that each and every one of us loves with all of our heart, that we believe in with all of our heart, and that together we will restore as a shining city on the hill for every generation. And that's when I got the text from the guy that I thought was my friend. It said, thank God Cruz is done. Couldn't be happier. Listening to his sap makes me sick. I was so I can't tell you how frosted I was. I literally, you could have seen steam coming out of my ears. What was that? Oh, we have sound bites now. Now that we don't have any Cruz sound bites, we have sound bites. All right, well, let's see if number 9, where number 10 works. This is, okay. Wanted to play these after the...
All right, I let him go long, but let me tell you just a little bit of insight. Now, I was a national radio host only for about 6 years, 5, 6 years. And when you are actually reading that much material, what you are doing is biding your time. You are trying to avoid having to say anything because you don't know what to say. Because Rush Limbaugh knows that Donald Trump is the Republican nominee because Rush Limbaugh had basically trained all of the monkeys in the Republican Party to respond to every nativist, racist, misogynist, narcissistic, and triumphalist, and lack of shame or humility. All of those attributes have been what Rush Limbaugh has been training his minions, the Republican Party, to perceive as the ultimate and most important first principles. And that's exactly why 8 months ago I knew that Donald Trump would do well, because this guy is the intellectual and spiritual pillar of the Republican Party, and he has been for a decade at least, maybe more. And now he's faced with the fact that his Frankenstein monster has come up and is going to get crushed. Crushed. So at one point they will pivot. It will be the rhinos have sabotaged it, or it's not true conservatism, or there's some other reason why Donald Trump will get destroyed, because he's not really conservative. That will be it. Or he didn't stick to his principles, or whatever the excuse is. He just needs to give it a couple of weeks before he starts getting into that mode. And in the meantime, what he's going to do is he's going to start reading like long treaties and maybe, I don't know, the sports pages. There's going to be a lot of talk about football on Limbaugh's program, despite the fact that football season is months away. I went long too, but F it. Hi, I'm Sam Seder, and this is an Ann Coulter doll.
You should not be immigrating here. Yeah. Stay in your country and hate us.
For smart progressive talk and a little bit of this and even a little bit of that.
Mission accomplished.
subscribe to our podcast, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and like us on Facebook to get some of our best video clips.